Hey guys, Jay from Thundercat Loft. Getting some snow today. Fed the birds this morning, but they all have babies, they all have eggs. So I just want to come out here and make sure they have enough food. As you can see, it gets pretty light pretty quick. This pair here, I trimmed his tail feathers like everyone told me to do. So hopefully they'll be laying some eggs soon. Good look at them. And it looks like their water is already frozen. So I'll have to fix that. Some vitamins in there, that's why it's yellow. And keeping the babies warm. There's that Slade cock. I think he breeds me some good pigeons every time. I'm excited to see what he breeds me this year. See, all the cocks are just sitting out on their perches. I got a few birds I got to band because I didn't band them yesterday. In my last video I mentioned they were still a little small, so today I'm going to band them. And in this section over here, I was hoping to see more nests. So I had put some Timothy hay in here. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. You just get it from the pet store. It's like a green hay for, you can see it right here, like a green hay, little pieces of straw that they make nesting material out of. And it looks like with my new floors, it just pretty much fell right through, which is good. I mean, that should keep the shit and dust down, but I was really hoping they'd make some nests with it. Doesn't look like that's the case. This cock here is waiting for his hen. They are definitely going to give me some eggs. I have the feeling it's going to happen. Couple days. Everyone else, I'm not so sure. Every time I come in here, this hen up here, she seems to be way up top every time I come in here. Nice handling hen. 4777. I actually have her nestmate too, who's the red cock, the silver cock, excuse me. But so they're brother and sister. Hopefully they don't mate up, otherwise I got a problem. What else we got going on? Over here, I put the nest bowl down, but looks like no one's really using it. Everybody's just hanging out, enjoying the snow. So let me get some babies banded. Maybe I'll shoot some footage of it, and call it a day. Alright, we got two more babies ready to be banded. You can see the size of them. They are ready. And, I'll show you their parents in a minute. I don't want to keep them out for too long. Alright, so these guys are going to be 55, 6855, 6856. These youngsters are ready for some bands. Alright, so those two birds are just banded, 6855, 6856. Here's their father. He has a nice golden eye. See if I can get a close-up of his eye for you. I know a lot of guys like to see the eye. Anyway, I tried. And he's very feisty, very strong. I would say medium, small size. You can see how he sits. When he sits, his tail sits down. He's just fighting, trying to get out of my hands. So this bird performed the best for me last year. He did well on the longer distance races. He was always the first home. I'll show you his wing if he doesn't try to fly away and get away from me. So he takes after his mother with the bronze. If you can see it on the video now. And he's got some white flights in there. The distance in between each feather, there's some spacing between each feather. The last three are not the same length. The last three flights are not the same length, but they are relatively close. And if you see his wing, each flight has some bronze in it as well, and some almost white, like grizzle look to it. Really nice looking bird. And he's got some splash on his head. His body feels nice. His vents are pretty tight. And I don't think his tail's very balanced right now because he just wants to get out of my hands. He is a one-pin tail. He's just trying to get away. And you can see it if I go like that. He is a one-pin tail. Very nice. And he's got some splash right there under his chin. This is the father of those two. And I think his bone under his wing is pretty short. His body he's got a full body. I know on most of my birds, I always look for that vibration. And he doesn't seem to have it. I mean, he was my top performing bird, but maybe I'm just not holding him enough. Gotta give him some time. But his secondaries are nice and thick. You see his wings are pretty thick, and they're very short. So they're very short, the secondaries. Extremely short. He is vibrating a little now, but I don't know how much it matters. A lot of guys will just tell you, as long as the bird comes home, first, as long as the bird wins the race, that's all you care about. But so this was my best performing bird last year, and he's out of a cock that got out on me, so I no longer have his father. His father had the same golden eye and had some splash and some white flights. But the mother to this bird was, I'll show you. I know Adrian had asked about her, and I'll show you. This is the mother to that bird. And she has that same bronze on her feathers, on her bars, excuse me. And the spacing between her primaries is huge. I mean, she has some very narrow little primaries. This is the most narrow I have in my loft. And I believe that's a good thing. I believe, narrow primaries like that is a good thing. A few guys have told me that so far. The guy who gave me these, I said, wow, look at his primaries. And he's like, yeah, that's really good. What else can I say about this bird? She's got some white flights. Her tail's got some white in the middle there. She's a one pintail. She feels a little light right now, probably because she laid some eggs, and I might have to make sure I stock up on her feed. But here she is. You can see she just has a pearl eye. So that eye that the other bird had came from the father for sure. She does have some splash on her head. A healthy looking bird. And there's not much else to say. She's definitely a smaller bird. I would say definitely on the small side. Vents are somewhat tight. I've seen them tighter. But she has lost some weight, so I'm glad I'm showing her and doing this, because now I know I need to give them some more food for sure. And she only has one baby right now, so I'm not quite sure how I screwed that one up. But you know, it's my second year. It's gonna happen. But here she is. And I think this bird, along with this cock that she's made it to. I mean, this cock is, I think, a perfect bird in my opinion. Spacing isn't as large, but this bird made it with that bird. You see his secondaries are just so thick. He's just got a perfect body. I mean, this bird, I mean, he's also pearl eye. I know you're not supposed to mate pearl eyes with pearl eyes, but these are my, you know, she lost her mate last year. He got out on me. I could have mated her son back to her, but I chose instead to go with this cock because I felt he was my best cock. And she was probably my best hen. So, you know, it's all just my opinion. None of it means they're actually good birds. I know the guy who gave them to me, see that one pintail is perfect. The guy who gave them to me, you know, can vouch for it that they are good birds. They're good bloodlines. They come from proven birds. They're winners. But perfect body on this bird. You see he's got a white body on his stomach here. I'll probably do more videos on this guy because I really like him and I think he's gonna breed me some winners. But we'll see if I'm even a winner this year, you know? That's the way it goes. Alright, so here's the mother to those two birds just banded. 6855, 6856, and she is a slate hen. And she never won any races or even came first home for any races. Honestly, I felt like it was mostly cocks that came home first for me. But I loved her. I loved her color. She's obviously a slate. And she just felt like a very nice bird. I thought she was going to be one of the top birds that I raced last year. And she wasn't, but I also thought she was a cock for a while. But she, this bird here, I sent out on, I think, a 250 race, special race, I think. And she disappeared for 2 weeks and then showed up. I'm not sure if she was lost for 2 weeks. I'm not sure if she didn't feel too light. I'm not sure if, you know, someone else got a hold of her and then tossed her by accident thinking it was their bird. You know, a lot of guys have a lot of birds, don't even notice when they get another bird. I'm not sure what happened. Here are her flights. All of the three primaries are all the same length. And I just love the slate color. She's got a nice body. And I got 2 birds out of her. This is the only pair that bred me 2 babies that were successful on the first try, first round that I got. This is the only pair that did that for me. And I'm super excited because these are the first babies she's ever laid. These are the first eggs she's ever had, and so far she's a great mother. She's doing everything she's supposed to. Super happy, super excited. One pintail, and just a beautiful looking bird. Okay, so here is the grandmother and the mother to the bird I just showed you. Grandmother to the eggs I just banded on the other side of the family tree. Okay, sorry. She is also a, if you can see, a slate hen. So slate hen produced a slate hen. She's definitely a little darker, more of like a checker slate. This bird was given to me by my friend up north, Lyndhurst Club, and she is pretty. This is, again, to the grandmother to the babies I just banded, and pearl eye, one pintail. I banded this hen's one child, one egg, one baby in the nest yesterday. So we have a daughter, or excuse me, we have a baby off this hen, and we now have 2 grandchildren off this hen. And the family tree is slowly growing. And we'll get to see how they do. Alright, so here's the bird, the cock that hen is mated to, that produced me the other slate hen. Sits nicely in the hand. It's trying to squirm out of my hands right now, but one pintail. Yeah, I would say he's about a small to medium sized cock. Really nice bird, but that is the father. So we'll see how the slate hen with this cock do with their children this year, and we get to see how their grandchildren do as well. So that's about it for my video today. I did refill these guys up with some more water. 1, 2, and 3 down here. This guy, their cage is getting pretty dirty down there. I really need to clean that. Once I probably take out the baby in there and wean him out before they lay another egg, I got to get that out of there and cleaned. Here is the Timothy hay I was using. Just something from Tractor Supply. See, it's for rabbits, guinea pigs. I also picked up the Block of the Loft said to use some rabbit pellets, that it's pretty good. Having trouble focusing, but it's pretty good to mix in with your food and prevent overfeeding. I don't know if it's good for feeder or for breeders, but I know McLaughlin Lofts does mention something about that, and you know, this Versalaga does have pellets in it, like vegetables and just pellets for their digestive tract. So I think it's the same mentality, same level of thinking. I mean, they're vegetable pellets that they give to rabbits, so give them the same thing. Anyway, you see I just fed my birds again. While I'm home, I like to feed them, you know, a few times a day, just a little bit at a time. You see I just put some Timothy hay in here, and it all just fell right through. Not sure what I can do about it now with these new graded floors. I could have bought tobacco stalks, but I feel like those would probably fall through too, and they're a little more money, and I don't really need it. It's just this loft, I didn't buy it that many nest pads, and there's no nest pads in any of these bowls. Every other bowl on this side does have a nest pad to keep the birds, you know. I thought maybe that's where I went wrong last year, was not having the felt nest pads, because I bought them for the second round and my second round was very successful. My first round wasn't. And you know, this year I thought I was having a much more successful year, and as it turns out, I did pretty much the same, just as poorly. I was hoping to get a much better result. But again, like I was saying, I think that, you know, after this year, if I lose birds that I bred in my first round, next year I might reassess and not even do a first round. I might just start breeding like now. I might wait till February and start breeding. You know, pair up end of January, start breeding in February, because it's just hard. But if everything goes well, then maybe, I don't know what's going on over here. These birds are fighting. He's not supposed to be in there, that big cockbird. That's not good. You're in the wrong one, buddy. This guy's supposed to be up here. There we go. Put him back where he belongs. But yeah, I might reassess next year. You know, it's a lot of work, a lot of time invested for what, you know. I mean, I love it. I love doing this, and I could breed all year long. But it is a lot of work, and I have other priorities. So anyway, guys, I don't mean to ramble on. I'm gonna cut the video.